Welcome back to the Rational Football League Show. My name's Emmett. That's Brendan Ford. We are already on NFL Week 7 game picks. We are inching close to Halloween. Hopefully you guys got your costumes, you got your plans ready. We are going to look at how we went last week. We actually did pretty good, B. We both ended up going 12-2 on the week, which puts you at 23-5 on the season and puts me at 19-9. So well above that 500 mark. But let's see if we can keep this train moving. Let's see if we can keep stacking the W's here. Up first on Thursday Night Football, we have the Denver Broncos taking on the New Orleans Saints. Who's your pick and why?
Tough one because Thursday Night Football is always weird. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. Surprisingly, in my head I was like, Saints at home, they're actually the underdogs right now, but give me the Broncos only because the Broncos are a defensive-led team right now. Kind of, I guess the Saints aren't really a defensive-led team. I'm sorry, I just totally lied. But the Broncos are, and they might be playing against Spencer Rattler again. So, given that as like his second start, he didn't look too bad against the Bucs last week. But I will go with the Broncos here just because I feel like maybe the defense can stifle Spencer Rattler and the Saints' offense maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos too. They should be facing Spencer Rattler again. That Denver defense is a top 3 unit in the league, and no disrespect to the Buccaneers, but this is the same team that made Bo Nix look like a franchise player and let Kirk Cousins throw for 500 yards against them. So I don't really think we should put the Bucs defense in some high regard. That Spencer Rattler is going to be some great player. Give me the Broncos in this one. I think Spencer Rattler looks like a rookie this week. Up next, we have the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who are you taking?
Trash versus trash. Crazy. I had to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, passing Jags fans. I think the Jags win their second game this week. They're already in London right now, so you don't have to worry about the travel plans. You're going against Drake May, second NFL start. I feel like, okay, if they don't win this game, there has to be a fire sale. After this, if you don't beat the Pats, everyone has to go. Like Doug Peterson, you just stay there, bro. You stay there in London, enjoy your extra vacation. You're done. Who are you taking?
I'm going to go against this one. I'm going to take the Patriots for a couple of reasons. First of all, I like the way Drake May looked in his first performance against the Texans. He I don't want to say he shredded that defense, but he looked as good as any quarterback has against a very talented defense. The Jaguars are not great on defense. They do have the benefit of already being in London. They don't got to deal with the time difference and the long flight and everything else, which does give them an advantage, as we kind of discussed last week. But here's the big thing with the Jaguars for me is their morale, their mentality is already down. They've already started the process of selling. I'm sure at this point the coaching staff is already been informed, or they're getting the wink nudge that they're going to be let go after this week no matter what the result is. So they're probably already kind of selling on this game anyway. So I have a feeling Drake May is going to come in and look solid again. I think the Patriots steal a win here against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I like that. Next we got the Titans visiting Buffalo, playing the Bills. Who are you taking here?
Buffalo.
I was about to say, can we just skip this one? This one should be a free space. This is already locked in. Do we have to pick this one? Yeah,
Buffalo.
The Bills, man. Will Levis, is he? We don't have to talk about him, but Bills.
It's very straightforward, Bills. Yeah. Next, we have the Texans and the Packers. This one's a little bit tougher. You can't just give a one-word answer here. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna actually go Packers. This playing Packers at Lambeau Field is tough. It's tough. I got no other reason than that. I think the Packers kind of show up. It's going to be a playoff type game for them. And again, beating the Packers at Lambeau when everyone knows this is a playoff type game, two really good teams. It's tough, man. So give me the Packers.
I'm going to go Texans in this one. I'm going to pick opposite you again. I think the Texans defense is fantastic. I think they forced Jordan Love to make some, boneheaded turnovers, which is something he's already been prone to do this season anyway. D'Amico Ryans, when he was with the 49ers, was fantastic at stifling the Packers the couple times that he did have to face them. So again, I think he's already got the blueprint and the plan on how to stop this offense. So give me the Texans in this one, strictly from a defense perspective, but obviously the Texans have a great offense as well.
I like it. Next, we got the Dolphins versus the Colts. Who are you taking here?
Can I not? I don't want to. I don't
want to do it. I don't want to.
I want nothing to do with this game. Give me the Colts. Joe Flacco's veteran leadership is going to look a lot better than whatever the Dolphins are running out at quarterback right now. Which again, not to get on a soapbox here, but how have they not had a better answer for quarterback 2 at this point? It's been 3 years with Tua. You know what he is. He's had concussion problems. I'm surprised at no point have they tried to upgrade that backup quarterback spot. And Skylar Thompson has been the backup there since 2022.
Yeah, I feel like Huntley would have been a decent option if he started the season with them, because he was kind of decent with the Ravens. At least he kept things like afloat, I guess. Yeah. He probably is better than Skylar Thompson, but now he's kind of scrambling, trying to learn the whole system in like 2 or 3 weeks time. Yeah, so it's tough. Give me Joe Flacco and the Colts. I've been to the Joe Flacco hype train here for like 3 weeks now, so I'm not stopping now. Give me Joe Flacco at home. We bleed blue.
We bleed blue. we should make our own. This is our Colts. This is our team. No, I'm just kidding. We won't do all that. Up next, we have the Battle of the Birds. We got the Dirty Bird, Atlanta Falcons, taking on the depressed Birds in Seattle. It's Seahawks. Who are you taking and why?
Give me the Falcons. Seahawks have lost 3 straight games.
Yep, they have
3 straight.
Yeah.
So they're on a slider right now. Give me the Falcons.
Fuck the Seahawks. I am going with the Falcons on this one.
They actually scared me a little bit. I was like, whoa.
Happy Halloween, motherfucker. I'm just kidding. Give me the Falcons on this one. The Seahawks haven't looked good in a few weeks now. Kirk Cousins, obviously the Falcons offense is very high, it's high powered. The Falcons, just an underrated storyline with the Falcons. They have they have the best safety tandem in the league with Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons back there. I mean, those dudes are all pro, having all pro seasons. So an underrated storyline I think needs to be discussed a little bit more for the Falcons, especially for an underrated or undervalued position. But yeah, give me the Falcons.
I like that, man. Next, we got a actually big matchup for the NFC North. The Lions versus the Vikings. Who are you taking here? So this is going to be a tough one.
This again, you nailed. This is an absolute fucking tough one, dude. Because the Falcons play, they're phenomenal at home. They always are. They got that skull chant going on. It really just seems to motivate them. They just made a trade for Cam Akers coming off a bye. They're undefeated. Give me the Lions. I think the Vikings fall in this one. Yeah, you can base it strictly off of the fact that no one goes undefeated and eventually a team's going to have to lose. But I think the Lions also, they're a good matchup because of how well they can run the ball with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. And I think that's a great counter to what Brian Flores wants to do. And Jared Goff's a veteran quarterback. He's seen a lot of this stuff before. He's used to seeing Brian Flores. So yeah, give me the Lions in this one.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I was picking this as one of my upsets, quote unquote, because the Lions are the underdogs in this game. So yeah, I like the Lions here, man. They played Cowboys super tough. I mean, they even though they lost one game, they still been playing a lot of good football too. I know they just lost Aiden, which sucks for that defense.
True.
That Barnes is on IR right now too, so those are big blows. But they're still going out there and fight, And this is also a playoff type game too. They're both playing for the top of the NFC North right now. So the Lions are coming, they're ready. So give me Lions.
I'll go one further. They're not just playing for the top of the NFC North; they're playing for the top of the NFC in general. Because the Lions are what 5-1, I believe, and the Vikings are 5-0. So there's all the top 2 teams right now in the NFC. I think a key matchup in this game is going to be the Lions secondary versus Sam Darnold. They've been very up and down this year. Teron Armstead struggled as a rookie. but Brian Branch has been fantastic. So I think it's going to be the critical matchup, especially with Aiden Hutchinson out. But next we have the Browns and the Bengals, a terrible matchup in the AFC North. What are you taking?
Yeah, Bengals. I mean, yeah, Bengals. I've nothing to say. It's like, come on.
Yeah. As long as Deshaun Watson's the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, you always got to take the other team. Give me the Bengals in this one, and at some point someone's gonna have to do an expose on what the fuck happened to Deshaun Watson, going from a highly considered top 5 quarterback in the league to whatever this is now is dramatic. Up next, we have an NFC battle. Wow, I didn't realize how many divisional games we had this week. Eagles versus the Giants.
So when I was first looking at the schedule, I was like, this is a game going to be super spicy. Or I'm going to pick the Giants here. Just to be fucking spicy, right? Mm-hmm. I just can't do it. Give me the Eagles. Even the Eagles look so rusty against the Browns this past week. It's just something about the Giants. Even though, like, I actually don't think, like, they played a tough game against the Bengals last week. It went down to literally the final drive, which I thought was a shocker. But the Bengals are also kind of meh right now, too. Yeah. But, yeah, this is a game that I won't be necessarily spicy on. And give me the Eagles.
Yeah, and the Bengals have potentially one of the worst secondaries in the league right now. And the fact that the Giants were still unable to put up 7 points has been ridiculous. I think it's the first, this is the first touchdown they've scored at home in like 2 seasons or something like that.
I didn't hear about that, but it's
some ridiculous. And you can look it up after, and if you're watching this at this point, you can look it up as well. It's been an insane run for them. So, and Nick Sirianni, let's be honest, at this point, is coaching for his job. Whenever you're having a press conference and you have to bring all 4 of your kids out for the press conference, you're coaching for your job. So give me the Eagles in this one.
Next, we got the Raiders and the Rams. Who are you choosing here?
Another situation I'd like to pick neither. Give me the Rams in this one because the Raiders somehow seem worse, I guess. They're both really terrible, but the Rams still have Matthew Stafford, and that still is worth something in the league. So give me the Rams.
Yeah, same here. I'm going Rams because at least the Rams are bad and they have somewhat excuses for it, and like they're more like they just have like more valid reasons, right? The Raiders are bad and they're just like just messy. Like they just like just like really bad stuff going on. Give me the Rams.
The toxicity is starting to leak out at the seams. Something that they kind of held together well when Antonio Pierce took over the team last year. It's starting to, the Devontae Adams situation, now the Max Crosby pushing the coach, which again was kind of painted as, it was nothing. But Aaron Rodgers said the same thing about Robert Saleh, 2 weeks or 3 weeks before he was fired. Yeah, so just based off dysfunction, give me the Rams. Next, we have the Panthers and Commanders, and I wanted to just say our answer on 3. 1, 2, 3, Commanders.
Commanders all the way, buddy.
All right. Next, we have the 49ers and the Chiefs.
We're like, let's just move on.
Why waste the time? You don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Commanders. Facts. 49ers, Chiefs. Here's a good game. Now, here's a matchup that...
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like this schedule, like this week is like some really weird games, like bad games, and like there's some really good like matchups here. Yeah. I'm gonna go at some point. They have to knock down the Giants. They have to. Give me the Niners. They have to come across this bridge at some point against the Chiefs. Like they just have to. I'll die on that hill. Like I'll die on it. They have to beat them at some point. Give me the Niners.
Give me the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm a 49ers fan. I know Shanahan's got nothing on Steve Spagnuolo. I would love to see the 49ers win this game and finally get over the hump and convince themselves that they could do this later in the postseason. But they haven't beat them since 2017. The last time the 49ers beat the Chiefs, Colin Kaepernick was starting at quarterback for the 49ers. Alex Smith was the starting quarterback for the Chiefs. What was there? Jim Harbaugh was still a starting quarterback, or starting the head coach for the 49ers. That's how long ago it's been since the 49ers beat the Chiefs. And I just don't see it changing right now. I'll believe it when I see it. And if I'm wrong about this one, I'll be happy to be wrong about this one. But give me the Chiefs in this one.
True. All right. Next, we got the Jets and the Steelers. That's Sunday Night Football. Who are you choosing here, man?
I think this is a unique game. This is a very special game, and it'll be historic because it will be the night America loses. For having to watch this shit fest. There's no winners in this game. Let's be honest.
That's so true. Why couldn't they flex like any other of these like Texans, Packers, Lions, Vikings like games into Sunday Night Football? Why is it Jets and Steelers?
Because it's NBC. NBC clearly doesn't like America, and those commies are trying to I don't know. I was trying to go somewhere that I didn't have a solid answer for this. It's terrible. It's a shame. It really is. There's so many other games that could have and should have been flexed into this spot, but for whatever reason it wasn't. And someday we'll maybe hear answers about why that is. But I'll take the Jets in this one. The Steelers are making the switch to Russell Wilson. I don't think it's going to work, but behind that terrible offensive line, George Pickens already having attitude problems. They're severely hurt at edge, I believe. Still. The Jets just traded for Devontae Adams, so that will be an interesting, I guess, pairing. Aaron Rodgers should play hopefully a little bit better, trying to force feed his favorite target. Give me the Jets.
Yeah, I was going to take the Steelers just because they are the underdog in this one, and they're at home. But if only Justin Fields was starting, I'm not that confident in Russell Wilson's first game back. They kind of light it on like fire, per se. Yeah, give me the Jets and their GM/quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
God, this game's so boring. I'm already falling asleep trying to make a decision on picking it.
Yeah.
Jesus. Next, for our first Monday Night Football game, because they decided to bless us with two, just in case one of these sucks. The Baltimore Ravens are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who are you taking?
Give me the Ravens here. This is another game. I was thinking about this being spicy and taking the Bucs, but as you had noted before, like the Bucs defense is so blah. I think the Ravens are just a better overall team, well-rounded team. So give me the Ravens.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, even if you want to bank it on something as simple as this, Lamar Jackson, I think, is 30-1 against NFC teams. I think he's like either never lost or only lost one game to NFC teams, and I don't see that streak ending now. As you kind of noted, as we noted. The Buccaneers secondary is terrible. The Ravens are a well-oiled machine, especially behind Derrick Henry. I don't imagine they're going to be able to stop them at all. I think Derrick Henry probably runs for almost 200 yards again, and Lamar Jackson has a Lamar Jackson game, and this game probably gets out of hand pretty quick.
Yeah, and then the other Monday night game, we got the Chargers versus the Cardinals. Who are you taking here?
I think this is another night where America loses. I'll take the Chargers in this one. We picked against them last week for the Broncos, and they kind of came out and surprised us. They put up 20. They stifled Bo Nix, who was on a decent streak. So, and the Cardinals have been, for the most part, pretty terrible this year. They look good in a couple games here or there, but for the most part, that hasn't been good. So I'm gonna take the Chargers in this one.
Yeah, I thought the Cardinals was gonna be like one of those like frisky teams. I took them as like a spicy pick last week against the Packers, because like they showed some games, flashes some games. They're just awful. Like, okay, maybe there's something there. No, there's nothing there. It's just empty. The game was over against the Packers by like halftime. They had no fight, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. might be out this week too with a concussion. So they have James Conner on offense. Trey McBride, that's pretty much it. Nothing really there. Give me the Chargers.